Hello everybody and welcome. This week Jagex gave us an update in Castle Wars and everyone got really rich all of a sudden. They fucked up a bit there and we're going to just talk about what was going on. I was going to do a video showing it and exposing it anyway to hopefully get it patched because it was incredibly overpowered, but they managed to jump on top of it before I could do that. But we're still going to go over and just kind of review the process of what happened and see why it happened, maybe suggest some other fixes to it or alternatives for Jagex to approach it, and just keep yapping. So don't be afraid to hit that like and subscribe button down below and comment your thoughts on the situation too. Let me know if you made money in Castle Wars or if you were intending to. I know some people are a bit disappointed that they missed out. They were saving up their points, but basically I'll finish this inventory. I'm already on the Castle Wars world. Yesterday I went to the Castle Wars world because I was like, when the update came out, I was like, there's no way this is fucking like, no, who the hell does Castle Wars other than people collection logging or enthusiasts? Like, Castle Wars is dead content. Why would you do it when LMS and Bounty Hunter are just far more beneficial for you to do? So I went to Castle Wars just to check it out, and let's go there now. Yesterday when I went there, it wouldn't even render the people that, like, there's still a fuck ton of people here now. Yesterday, it wouldn't even render everyone. Like, you had to move to see more bodies. You probably still need to. Here, no, okay, no. So everyone's just kind of standing around waiting to see what Jagex is going to do, even though they have stated that next week they'll give you guys the changes. So, I mean, in the meantime, everyone here is probably just stacking up points, getting ready. Apparently the shop is still really good because the extra tickets are good for these options, but the Castle War supply crate has now been, basically you can't buy them anymore. It says one Castle Wars plaudit. I don't know if they've just removed everyone's plaudits. The update says here, this week's update introduced plaudits to Castle Wars Award Shop, offering things like ammunition, blood supplies, GP, and runes. The goal is to provide some extra rewards for playing, but in practice we've seen a big increase in AFKing rather than actual engagement in the minigame. Castle Wars is meant to be fun, no one cares. So we've temporarily disabled them while we look at another. So they've disabled the crates. Next week we'll be back with a revised approach, one that makes sense for players who genuinely enjoy Castle Wars rather than just a way to stock up on resources. We know some of you raised concerns about this and we hear you loud and clear. So basically what happened is they were giving out, I want to see if I've got the screenshot here on Twitter somewhere, or if I just go osrs Castle Wars maybe. Someone made like 13 mil just AFKing the fuck out of it for fuck knows how long. It was pretty nutty. I cannot find the image. If I find it, I'll be sure to post it in this video, post editing, but you can just trust me, there was a lot of money being made. And obviously that's a problem because this became the best way to pretty much start an Ironman. You just go to Castle Wars, you were clicking like 5 or 6 times an hour and you would AFK, you would join a game, you would stand still here, and when the game was over, you'd get plaudits because they gave extra rewards even if you lost the game, and you'd open the crate and you would get like, you'd get like 150k and then a shit ton of runes, blood runes, nature's souls. Disgusting amounts of money. So this is the Twitter post they made where they said they've disabled the plaudits. We've seen a big increase in AFKing over actual gameplay. Disabling supply crates while I rethink the contents. Next week we'll be back with a version that suits those actively playing Castle Wars. So I can imagine that they're probably, I mean, the blooded supplies were good because blood supplies are always good to get your hands on, and I think LMS shits them out fairly decent. So you could just nerf the amount of supplies they were giving, but the blood, souls, nature's rune choice was obviously going to be like griefed. Of course people were going to mass farm that if it was coming in any like scope. Like look at Soul Wars. I forgot to mention Soul Wars earlier, but look at Soul Wars. That is so good for runes. Like, what did you think was going to happen, Jagex? Come on. And giving out cash, rune javelins or whatever, but yeah, it just didn't seem like they really thought about what they were doing here. But if you look at some of the replies, obviously some people aren't happy. Like EVscape was doing his usual fucking multi-account, must have been timing it, probably looks like he was streaming it, and was pissed that he, you're taking the piss, just spent last 9 hours sitting at this shithole and can't even spend the points. Sit the fuck down. But I'm sure when they, they bring the crates back online, he'll be able to do the points again. He'll be able to, well, use the points. They didn't get rid of the points. But if you look at the image here, can we zoom in on this shit? It says, okay, maybe you can't zoom in on this shit. What if I, sorry, open image in new tab. Fucking, there we go. So he's got 58 plaudits, 50 plaudits, 54. It's one, still, that's 54 crates there, right? So, like, the fact that it was one plaudit, like, why one? They could keep the crates the exact same, just increase it to like 10. right? You would I don't know, I don't know exactly what the crates were given because I didn't open them myself, but I saw people getting about 150k gold per crate plus more supplies. So why not increase the amount the crates cost to balance out the amount they give you? I mean, that's one option. Also, you can just rebalance what they do provide. But one plaudit, that I'm pretty sure AFKing and losing a game, you got one plaudit regardless, maybe even two. So games were like 20 minutes of AFK, maybe faster if people played properly and dumped flags. They could probably organize that pretty quickly. It would have taken less than 2 weeks to have clans organizing, running those worlds to make sure that there was always one team winning, one team losing very fast to increase the amount of plaudits you get. I don't actually know. I don't know if it's first to 5 or not. But yeah, this is bot territory for sure for everyone involved. So the amount of plaudits on here alone, I mean, this is just one person doing multiple accounts. Imagine a bot farm. So I can see there being a big problem. You can see why they stopped very quickly. So that was going to be a lot of money he would have made there. Bad luck on that. We've got Mod No Monkey gets his way again. I believe No Monkey made a video on it. I mean, I don't blame him. I'm loving the fact that a lot of content creators, not just No Monkey, but many content creators who would always criticize me for doing this sort of, you know, look at update blogs and talk about it, making content criticizing me for being lazy, are now doing it themselves. They realize it's a good way to make content, so I'm glad creators are out there giving their opinions. Even though No Monkey gets his math wrong a lot of the time, that's good for him getting videos out there and spread. I mean, I would have done the same thing No Monkey did, was make a video to get it patched, because I want to shit on people that are abusing. I mean, you're exploiting. It's not a bug. You're exploiting Jagex's mistake. It's Jagex's fault at the end of the day for putting crates in that powerful. Can you blame people wanting to make Iron Man and quickly go there, or people trying to make quick money? People are money hungry in this game, of course, so you can't blame them, absolutely. Oh, and the replies are mostly just shitting on No Monkey. Alright, that's good, mate. X-Style, I'm sorry, guys, this one is the one of the dumbest moments I've seen in a while. How could you not know that it would have been like this? Exactly right, like you look at what the crates were giving, how could you not fucking see that? I'm convinced, this is my genuine opinion, and I've been saying this for months, and I'm going to keep saying it. I'm not convinced that all the J-mods either play the game or play enough of the game when it comes to balancing and actually like implementing updates to Oldschool Runescape, because sometimes we get updates that just don't make fucking sense. Like the amount of times I've seen them, man, I can't think of anything off the top of my head now, I do apologize, but this isn't the first time that they've implemented an update, given it rewards, and it's been way too overpowered. Like, and everyone's just milking it and wondering why they're just shitting out rewards. I'm just really trying to remember one at the moment. I'm sure you guys will be able to know something. Could pick something up and put it in the comment section. I'm fucking drawing a blank at the moment, but it's just very consistent. It's not the first time it's happened. It's sometimes, or it's like too little, like the Tormented Demon release. I think it was really disappointing. They had to adjust it, like it wasn't even dropping the correct bow to make the new Synapse Scorching Bow or whatever. So yeah, I get it. You guys owe me a bond, so someone bonded up for it. I mean, doing that's your own mistake. Of course, something like that's going to get patched. I'm surprised it got patched that quickly, but the severity of how like people were printing money, in hindsight, I guess not. It's about how far down the hill's company has gone in the last 5 years. I don't think the company's gone downhill, I'll be honest with you. People laughing. Sailing's going to be great. Sailing's going to be, they need to fucking make sure that they need to do this sort of like this level of XP for Sailing on release. People will love the fuck out of Sailing then. Add an activity meter at like Souls has. I know some players play defensively, but they'll see combat eventually. Activity meter makes sense. I mean, you have one in Soul Wars and you have one, not a minigame you have one in, right? Or is it just Soul Wars you have it in? You just have to make sure, yeah, you have to make sure that meter's full, right? Fuck, what was it? I feel like there was another activity, or like fishing trolley, you have to do a certain amount to get a reward. Something like that can't hurt, right? You know, like even if it's just doing a certain amount of damage to another player or a certain amount of attacks on another player, that way they're actually doing something. But even then, is the problem AFKing to get all the money, or is the problem the amount of rewards coming from the crates? I don't actually know. The game's too long. Make the game last first. Make the game last first to 3 caps or 5-minute timer. Make the game last. Oh, yeah, first 3 caps. Okay, so I thought it was just first to 5 or something. Okay, maybe not. 800 tickets for Green Log is pretty extreme at current game times. There you go. We've seen a big increase in AFKing after allowing 10-minute AFK crabs, 7-minute AFK mining, 6-hour AFK nightmare zone, a bunch of other AFK happy updates. True. Fair. Yes. However, I guess mining does force you to hop every 7 minutes, and you're not generating a whole lot of XP or money through mining. It is quite slow. Crabs, you are just doing combat XP, and it's not very efficient combat XP. So, I mean, the severity of the amount of gold people are getting at Castle Wars is quite extreme for the amount of AFK you're doing. 6-hour AFK Nightmare Zone, anyone doing that, honestly, is just fucking lost anyway. So I would say AFKing is good provided it's not broken. I can see the amount of money people are getting from Castle Wars to be quite insane. Why not disable gaining plaudits and let us claim what we already AFK'd? No, no, because the problem is the money that you're just going to keep generating. Like, yeah, you'd kind of halt the amount of gold being generated to the game, but it's still printing gold, and the more gold that gets printed, the weaker the economy gets, so we don't want that. Someone saying that No Monkey is powerful. I don't think this is a No Monkey thing. Like, No Monkey didn't do this. This was inevitable. No Monkey's video may have sped this process up. I mean, I would have done the exact same thing. But all it takes is someone to be streaming it, like AWST, who was streaming it there. All it takes is something like that for it to be noticing and get shut down instantly. Look at the sorry per axe on release. The sorry per axe, when it came out, I think Eliop had the first sorry per axe. It was hitting 400s or some shit. Like, in PvP, you could just delete people. And he was running around. I think he did a bit of PKing with it, then he went and did some PVMing and trying different stuff. And this was on like a Sunday or a Saturday, you know. JMods got online on the weekend and hotfixed it and, you know, fixed the damage cap. Granted, Elliot could have done a lot more in like the 2-hour period he had with the sorry axe. Like, instead of still for some reason BGSing Vardaverse after 300 kills, which BGS doesn't work on him, and then sorry for axing, he could have gone and done like Corp and stuff, but it got patched, it got hotfixed. So Jagex getting on top of it is good. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a bad idea. I think disabling the ability to just bring shit to the game is more important than letting people just spend the plaudits they've gained. Because maybe you want the plaudits with the new rewards. Maybe they give something. Maybe they start giving uncut gems and you know, maybe not runes anymore, but you know, magic logs or U logs and stuff you might want instead. So it's handy to just keep that in check. Everyone just AFKs Castle Wars anyway for rewards. True. Rework the AFK meta. Make it contribution based. Yes, you can do that. Only in Castle Wars worlds to reduce boosting. Also consider giving everyone stats gear like an LMS so even low levels can take part and have fun. Big idea. Yes, everyone should have artificial stats. Whether we do pure only, Zerker only, or max only, but then you kind of want to make sure everyone has gear too. Because if you give people artificial stats, you want to give them like artificial gear too, right? You don't want to just say, okay, you're max combat now, but you're a level 3 Ironman, so you're still running around with a fucking training sword. What's the point in having 99, you know? So you would probably be best to literally take the PvP arena setup system to Castle Wars. That would actually be fucking awesome. So everyone can have their own individual inventory, their own gear, their own resources. Yes, I mean, I don't know, I'm not a Castle Wars player, but correct me, or I guess disagree with me if you want to, or agree, you let me know, but with PvP Arena, it lets you pretty much modify any item you want, PvP related item, gear, food, runes, all of that. Like, why not have your own setup and then send Castle Wars like that and have everyone like max combat, or do a pure and berserker bracket too and have it on a rotating rotor like they do that with other PvP games. Why not do it with this? They could absolutely do that. Oh fuck, I've closed it, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't see why they don't do that. That's honestly a really... That might be a good idea, actually. I might be cooking. You guys let me know. That's... Yeah, I think Pure Spam's kind of onto something there. Definitely can do a bit of work. You definitely want to do... Yeah, well, he did say gear. My bad. Sorry, yes. So everyone... yeah, stats and gear like an LMS. Yes, you're correct. I didn't see the gear bit. So yeah, perfect. How can you update Castle Wars and come up with 0 new armor rewards? Because Castle Wars armor is just cosmetic. I don't think they were trying to do that. It's just either, lazy uses update that doesn't make Castle Wars playable either. Just abuse the crate system like you should have seen coming. Yeah, they should have seen it coming, for sure. So, yeah, it's just another thing where abuse early and often is really the play for a lot of players. Now, to get banned for that sort of shit, I don't think people should have been banned because that's just a complete oversight by Jagex. It wasn't bug abuse, it was just, just poor development. But yeah, you do got to be careful because when they do things like that and it's clearly like a bug, not a oversight, then you will get banned for bug abuse. But in this case, it's just Jagex overlooking what they're putting into the game, and that's quite typical. But that was pretty much the rundown of Castle Wars. The worlds are still pretty heavily active now. The tickets you get still go up, and people are probably still getting plaudits, getting ready for the new crate drop. It's definitely not going to be as powerful money-wise as the last one was, I don't even know if like maybe they put a chance to have extra tickets in the plaudits too, which would be nice. Or I don't know what they're going to do now. If they just reduce the amount of everything, who gives a fuck? Maybe they change the way that AFKing works. We don't know. I mean, I'm hoping this doesn't push back the Yama update, because I'm hoping Yama comes next week too. So don't fuck us on that one, Jagex, please. Make sure we get Yama as soon as possible. Until then, guys, I will be signing off. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. And of course, suck a dick. My name is King Condor, and I approve this message. I'll see you guys in the live stream. Good luck. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge. You got a big boy.